Peace to the family out there. Reporting to you live from 718. Now let me stop. Reporting to you live from Thailand right now. I got none other.
Hey y'all.
My homie.
Hey y'all.
The lovely Victoria Lamar.
Yay.
Salute. So yes, the name of this particular session, and I'll sit up soon, but the name of this particular session is, has the conscious community met its expiration date? What's up, family? I see y'all coming in. Has the conscious community met its expiration date? Again, we live in Thailand. You can take a look. Y'all can see our view. Okay, this is a view that we sitting by. Nah, we not at the beach. We actually at our hotel. Actually at our hotel. And I'm with the lovely, again, Miss Lamar. The lovely Victoria Lamar. And we about to speak to y'all about life experiences. We're not going to have this conversation to degrade anybody or pull anybody down. We just want to have a real conversation with our people. Peace and family. Glad that you're coming into the building. Glad that you arrived. And yeah, so the question is, has the conscious community met its expiration date? And what I mean by that is, have we been taught? No, let's say it this way. Have we met our maturation date? Have we been taught as much as we possibly can be taught by this community of folks for the most part? Of course, people always have something to contribute. But when we look at the fall of civilizations, it's because there's a certain level of redundancy, and redundancy voids the brain. So when you see brothers and sisters constantly attacking each other and tearing each other down, it's normally because they ran out of information. Normally when people run out of information, it just becomes a bunch of attacks. So, I'm not saying we should get rid of the community. I'm saying the community is getting rid of itself. And so the question becomes, have we been given as much as can be offered by a certain group of people that make up the leadership in the community? Because it appears that with all the infighting, obviously that's more focus. That's more of our focus, the infighting, than actually building. You feel what I'm saying? And so I wanted to really speak to y'all about my experience out here. You know, I'm traveling the world to do a number of things. And one of the number of things that I'm traveling in the world to do is to become part of various priesthoods and spiritual orders. You know, I told people I was retiring, but when I told them I was retiring, it wasn't to stop seeking knowledge. It was to stop teaching for a moment so I could listen, because a tape recorder can record and play at the same time. I wanted to make sure that what I can give you is still fluent and expansive. I wanted to make sure that what I can offer the community is still fresh, because I know redundancy voids the brain and familiarity breeds contention. So sometimes I need not be so accessible to the people that you get so accustomed to my approach, my vernacular, my cadence, and my presentation that you at loss for where exactly we going with this in the first place. Word up. It's a fact. So, you know, what many of you don't know, I've been going around joining spiritual orders. You know, I'm slated to go back to Ethiopia to connect with my brothers of the Nyabingi order and get it in with the teachings vicariously through Kitamawi Haile Selassie first. Of course, in Nigeria, I obtained my priesthood. out here, I've been invited to become a monk. So I'm going to be staying in Thailand for a while. I'm going to leave and I'm be coming back. I'm going to leave and I'm be coming back. Real talk. And, you know, the monks, their principles is very, very powerful out here. The love that the people itself generate out here is very, very powerful. And yeah, the monks may drink soda. They may drink soda. And they may not have the most alkaline diet, but that's why it's good to incorporate various truths, because no one has a monopoly on truth. Nobody has a monopoly on truth. So you may say, so now Polight is a Rastafari, or Polight wants to be a monk. Polight sounds confused. No. What I learned is that everybody is holding on to a component of truth. And when I travel the world and I see large communities and countries, for the most part, at peace with themselves and amongst each other, I then have to question the validity of our so-called conscious teachings if it doesn't bring that same peace to us. That's what I have to question. I have to question the validity of our conscious teachings. Because why are we so happy? I come to whole communities where all they want to do, like in Thailand, all they want to do is hope that I would just learn their teachings, because they feel it's very important. They feel it's very prominent. It plays an integral role in bringing about peace in the world. And they like, look, you got influence. We want you to just go back into the world and teach them about Buddha. Teach them about the principles. Not necessarily the man, but the information. What they learn means so much to them. What they learn means so much to them. What they practice means so much to them that the best thing that they can offer me is the knowledge, in hopes that I perpetuate the same and disseminate this truth that they hold to the rest of the world, because they want the world to change for the better good. Now I'm talking a whole community of people. I'm talking every time I connect with this one or connect with that one out here, they say, man, you know, read this book or come into our temple, man. And I mean, to be invited to so many spiritual events and so many powerful and principled demonstrations, I'm like, man, you know, with us coming from the black community, when we get a hold of some information, you know, we want to be exclusive. We're like, don't tell that. Don't teach that to the white man. Don't teach that to this one. Don't teach it to that one. This is our information. You know, we've been deprived and subjugated for so long that we want to have information in the headlock. It's to the point that if you learn from another brother or sister in the community, they want to tell you, you took my information. You stole my information. Or that's not your information. That's such and such information. But we the only community do that, because I never heard my second grade teacher say, or my first grade teacher say, I help you learn how to read and write. How dare you continue to read and write in your older age and not give me my credit? Or nobody walks around saying, how come you don't give your third grade teacher credit or your fifth grade teacher credit for the math that you be on? No one does that. But in our community, everyone wants the credit for someone else who starts shining or someone else who starts teaching. But part of that is the mechanics behind social engineering and the social construct that we subject to day to day. We've been deprived of so much that now even the truth that we hold on to that we feel will make us better, it's like we feel that our truth will only make us better as people, but it's not designed to make other people better as people. But wouldn't the world be better if we had a truth that was universal or international? I'm talking international truth. There's truths about us as a people genetically that's powerful, yes. But where's the truth that's international? Where's the truth that's universal? That no matter who has it, it can empower them for the better good, thereby making our lives even that much more better and easier to live. You see, you can't keep denying all the other races of the truth, because then you're going to be a victim of that exclusivity if they don't have principles, edicts, and morals that they have to live by. Oh, I'm at peace everywhere I go. I'm at peace everywhere I go. You know, I'm gonna tell you, the Thai people here, they really opened my mind up. I mean, I went through a similar experience in Egypt, you know, Ethiopia, South Africa. I went through these experiences, but I'm gonna tell you, man, you know, in Thailand, you can chime in whenever you're ready. You heard?
Yeah.
in Thailand, we dealing with a country where people, it's a little less than 10 million people here. And in the 10 million people that's here, over 60% of them farm. So, do you understand what I'm saying? Imagine a country where over 60% of the people farm. Over 60%. And then who don't farm probably work for the government or do whatever. Don't you know, for miles and miles and miles, we couldn't stop driving by coconut trees and mango trees, jackfruit trees. No one is having a problem eating. And so you may say, so what's the point of that? Well,
no one is hungry.
No one's hungry. Imagine a country where 60% of the people grow their own food. And you know, if you're growing your own food, you got food in excess. So what winds up happening is your neighbor is who you're going to barter with. You know, I'm thinking this is still ancient times. And we come out here and you would look at these people and you say, man, you know, won't y'all want to come to America? You know, our buildings our infrastructure is way more profound. We got a lot of technology in front of us and everything. But guess what? A lot of people here, from just general conversation, they love here so much, they ain't looking to leave. They look at what we live in as chaos. Like, man, what do you do when you don't have food? They don't even have that concept because there's always food.
Always.
But what do we do when we out of food? You know, the main reason we wild out is because we may not have the resources to survive from one day to the next. Out here, you can just build your house, grow your food. You know how to grow your food. Your neighbor's growing food, and everyone has food everywhere, and it's food growing everywhere we go. I mean, we was eating off of plants as we walk by. You'll see it on video.
Yeah.
We eating the plants. I mean, it's so accessible. It's like, damn, this takes away a lot of stress when you think about it. And so, also, the government is in conformity with the same religion as the people.
Right.
So I said, damn, you know what? When we in America, if I'm in tune with my knowledge and my spiritual teachings, I might get on the FBI list. If I share the truths that's beholden to our people, I may risk prison incarceration, being set up, agents in the community planted to bring me down amongst my own race. If my own race disagrees with me, they'll call me a coon or an agent or one of these other names. But in other cultures, they're telling us out here, hey, read these books, take from your own perspective and share what you feel from your perspective. So long as your intention is to share your perspective from the valuable teachings that is this, you have our full support. So I'm here looking at how everyone behaves amongst each other, man. They not looking to take from each other. You feel me? We actually ate literally from a restaurant where
they wash the dishes in bowls outside of the restaurant.
You heard? They out there. You see the soap and everything. They washing their dishes out. And basically, their restaurant is just a place where people can sit and eat. The cooking is taking place outside on a cart, and the washing is taking place in front of the cart that's outside. And guess what? We ate from there.
Yep.
And we enjoyed it.
And it was great.
And then right after, we went to a 5-star restaurant.
Right.
Right after. And guess what? All of these places is all within the same vicinity.
Yep.
There's no upper class neighborhood here, lower class neighborhood there.
Yep.
In actuality, right next to each other, you can find a complete contrast between venues. So there's jewelry that's high price, very expensive, that's being sold right in what you would think is what we would call the hood. But it's sold there, and then they're not worried about someone running in there and stealing it, because guess what? Who they gonna sell it to amongst themselves? They don't care about it.
Right.
So they got a bunch of jewelry and stuff that they selling many places in neighborhoods you would think, oh, they shouldn't sell it here because, you know, people here don't have a lot of money. But the jewelry is sold there.
Right.
You feel me? And there's dope restaurants and real good hotels. Everything's mixed up. You will not go far without seeing every level of life.
Yep.
All living in harmony with each other. And
They all greet you with peace.
all greet you with peace. No talking, or just bow to each other. Bow. You feel me? And the science behind that is they got more value on life, because if everybody is out here like, man, we don't care about no jewelry and all that, then who the hell you gonna steal jewelry from or sell it to? Because no one cares about that. Everybody's into their agriculture, and the most thing that they into is their spirituality.
That's right.
Like what we
You
learned.
can't build a house without
A shrine.
Without a shrine, pay homage to your ancestors.
Everybody's
Once
house.
you build your house, you have to have that.
Everybody's house has to have a shrine.
Yep.
Everyone's house. We went by so many houses. Shrine, shrine, shrine. We just noticed it.
The shrines look better than the actual houses.
Yes, the shrine is where they give praise to their ancestors.
They give them gifts
And,
there.
and praise to the previous rulers, the
Yep.
kings. That's what, and everyone's home has the same images and bearing. The whole community. And what about the young men before they get married? Or go
when
ahead.
Every man that turns 20, they have to become a monk at the age of 20.
For 3 months, they have to stay in the temple and meditate and go into their monkhood.
Yep.
For 3 months, and this is before they get married. They have to get that discipline. So I'm thinking about that as a rites of passage, and I'm saying to myself, what is it that we have that we prepare our young men for, or our young sisters for? You know, the Jews have their bar mitzvah, their shavits. You know, the Muslims have their shahada. But you know, it is what it is. But to say, look,
Sweet 16.
you feel me? What is it that we have that's saying, man, I'm gonna condition the men and the women in this community before they think they are an adult? You gotta go through 3 mandatory months of meditation. You have to become a monk before you think you're gonna have a family or behave as a so-called adult in society.
You could do it at a younger age, but if you haven't done it at a younger age, you have to be 20. You can't go past 20 without being 3 months in the monk to become a monk.
And you know what I also found that's real powerful? What I also found that's powerful is the community will not allow the monks to live bad. The monks are the spiritual leaders in the community, and the community cooks for them, make sure they have available housing, make sure their housing is even more architecturally astute than their own, and they don't hate them. They motivate younger people to want to be spiritualists and spiritual leaders, because when you look at how the monks are treated, you say to yourself, well, dang, this is the love and the praise you get for being a spiritual leader and motivator. And the teachings is positive. There's no negative teachings in it. The teachings are extremely positive, and the people, every monk has a plate. Every monk in training has a plate of food that's just out. Right? We seen every table filled with different plates, looking beautiful, wrapped up with food for each aspiring monk and each monk that exactly exists. It's powerful. It's powerful, man.
They take care of them everywhere.
They take care of them.
Where they go in this country.
You know, and I'm like, but in our country, if I'm living good and I'm a teacher, it's a sin. They like, look, you Creflo Dollar. You know, you TD Jakes. This is what they say. But when out here, it's the complete opposite. They want to take care of their spiritual leaders, and in doing so, you're encouraging younger people to want to follow in their footsteps because they see the reward and the benefit of being a motivator and an uplifter. This is some amazing stuff that goes on, man. And just see this play itself out. This is not like, okay, someone made us go into a specific place, because the way we travel, we go into what you would call the hood, but I ain't been to a hood here. But what I would tell you is we've been with the locals. I wouldn't even dare call it the hood. You feel me? But when we travel, we get into the thick of things. We go everywhere. We go high, we go low, in between. We go to the farms. We went everywhere, man. We washed up the elephants yesterday. We rode on the elephants. We fed the elephants. And to be in tune with nature, I can tell you, man, you can feel this feminine energy permeating from the elephants, the mother elephant and the daughter. Man, it was so positive, and the elephants is playing with us and laying down, and they the true kings of the jungle, to tell you the truth. And I'm a Leo, but the lion isn't the king of the jungle. It's the elephant. These are facts. And the elephant is graceful, but guess what? Just don't mess with their children.
Don't mess with their children. That's true.
That's what it's about, and that's why they're a great sign to follow after as far as the animal kingdom is concerned. But we played with the elephants. I mean, they pour the water on us.
The water. They're so playful.
They lay down.
They hugged us. Like,
yo,
they'll wrap the thing. It was amazing.
Yo, it's wild, man. It had me like, damn, you know, what are we really doing? And it makes me, you know, like we said, we drive all these beautiful cars. We drive some real nice cars. We be lit when we in LA. You feel me? And we was saying yesterday when we was riding the elephants and taking the canoes to go on a floating market, like a picture going to like a flea market or something, right? Picture going to a flea market, but everything is on water. So everything being sold is by somebody that's on a boat, or the store is on water.
Yeah.
We went to
cooking the food on the boats, the little canoes.
So it's a floating market, and we go through the community of people that's selling everything, buying and selling amongst each other on water. And we just looking like, because remember, food is one thing that nobody is having a problem with out here is food. And if you don't got a problem with food, you really don't got a problem at all. Think about it. If you don't got a problem getting food, then no matter what level you on in society, you good money, because you allowed to build your own crib, and it ain't no like mortgages and all that craziness that's going on out here. You build your own house, okay, and however you choose. They build their houses of wood because it keeps it cool, because it's very humid out here. So they don't care for all the. They say, man, you building concrete, it's gonna get too hot. Then you're gonna need all these air conditioners and everything. We build it in wood to get some ventilation. I'm like, man, that's dope. You feel me? They build a house of wood. They make their mandatory shrine, and they grow their own food. Cause like I said, 60% of the near 10 million people that live here farm. So you're talking over half, over every 1 out of 2, more than every 1 out of 2 people have their own land to grow their own food.
Yep.
So what is poverty at this point? Because poverty is really just one lacking in resources to sustain themselves. But these guys and these women are master seamstress, they're farmers, and they're spiritualists. So as far as they're concerned, we may come and look at them and say, oh man, well, this lifestyle ain't for me. But that's with the wrong set of eyes.
Well, look how clean, we realize how clean the streets were.
Yeah.
They take care of their place.
We thought it was like congested and just saturated with so much different things. And then when we looked and noticed, we're like, but dang,
no
with all the
garbage
stuff
on the
that's
ground.
here,
Yeah, no garbage, nothing.
I mean, you would think with a country that has near 10 million people, because you gotta remember, if you look at California's population, they damn near close to the population here. Yeah. But you gotta think, for a country with almost 10 million people and the so-called low economy, you know, you would think these people have to fight and steal amongst each other to survive. But that's not what the case is. And that's what I think is very powerful. Okay? It's very powerful, man. So, you know, my eyes are just open, and that's why I ask, has the conscious community met its maturation? Because a lot of the people talking that talk don't travel, and when they do travel, they only travel to the same place over and over and over and over again.
We're in Thailand.
We're in Thailand. You feel me? We're in Thailand. Look at our view right now. Like, come on, man. This is what we doing. We just chilling. We at our hotel, but we chilling. Yeah. What the hell? You always let's get back. We'll stop you right in your tracks. No more. No more. Man, beautiful woman here. Beautiful woman. And you know, like I said, it's a beautiful thing, because you got to remember, when you come over here, our politics don't exist. You know, the racial politics that exist. I know you want to leave, everybody all over the world is looking to oppress us. But yo, anytime we travel around the world, we get embraced. We get love. And people are excited that if they hope that we take the spirituality and perpetuate it and further it, because they feel that this is the truth. And what I'm saying is, as conscious brothers and sisters, if we feel what we have is the truth, why are we not encouraging people to share it and move it forward? And I'm telling you, the dynamics of having so much taken from us as a people and being oppressed and being subjugated, being raped and being castrated, it's like a reverse psychology has been employed to the point we don't know how to go about actually being conscious. Because what you choose as far as a way of life has been chosen for you. Just like when you go to a sneaker store, the choices you choose from have been chosen for you already. It's a fact. So even when you think you made a legitimized choice, you made a legitimized choice based on someone else's choices for you. They chose what you would choose from. So now what you got to consider is this. If you don't travel the world and experience it for yourself, how do you know whatever it is that you teach, you learn, or you subscribe to is legitimate? Because you haven't even touched the four corners of the planet Earth and seen how the information translates into the behavior of the people that make subscriptions to the information. See? So when I look at YouTube and I see our brothers and sisters going wild, I'm looking at how the information translates. This is the information they say they believe in. This brother over here, he can't talk without cursing up a storm. This brother over here, he can't talk without tearing down another brother or sister. What knowledge are they subscribing to? Oh, you can't disagree with these religious brothers and sisters here without them telling you God is going to kill you and all that. You know, that's what it is. But then when we go to other parts of the world, we like, yo, the people don't engage themselves like that, nor do they engage their guests like that. Nor do they even treat their guests as guests. Right. Treat you like you home. Like I said, I got my invite to come into the temple and be a monk, right or wrong.
Yep.
And I'm on it. Just like I took mine when I went to Nigeria to become a priest. I'm like, I'm going to travel the world and I'm going to access the truths that exist from different places. I'm not confused. I just know no one has a monopoly on truth. It exists everywhere. And my worldview has to be a worldview. But when we say we have a worldview, what does that mean if you ain't traveling the world? You can't have a worldview unless you actually moving around and eating the foods, talking the talk, walking the walk, and connecting with the people and harmonizing with them, and then saying, you know what, let's see if the proof is in the pudding. This is what they say this information is like. This is what they say this religion is worth. Let me see how it manifests through the people. Let me not take it and interpret it and make it mean what I want it to mean because I'm a good person, so it's going to come out looking good. Nah, you get your proof of how powerful religion is or spirituality is when you see the people behave as a community. So if you had to be honest and you had to judge our community based on its behavior, not based on the knowledge per se, you know we would have a failing grade. Because apparently the knowledge isn't as prominent, significant, or important enough for us to deal with each other the right way. So, you know, y'all say, you know, like looking to be a shaman and all that. You know, people can make fun and do all of that. It is what it is, and I expect some people to be like that because of the lack of knowledge and experience. Right. Oh, you know, he's teaching that love everybody doctrine. Why not? I'm not no one's enemy. Even if that's what they want me to be, I don't accept it. I'm not nobody's enemy. I'm not your enemy, and I don't have no enemies as far as I'm concerned. I'm on a whole nother level with this vibration of thought. You know, I may have opponents, but I ain't got no enemies. And just like in any sport, I got sportsman-like conduct. I got great sportsmanship. You know, I may have an opponent, but it don't mean I gotta hate the person I'm going against. When you watch real boxers, they punch each other out, but at the end, the winner gives the loser a hug, lets him know, man, good job, especially if he took him or her to the distance. It'd be love, like, man, because we appreciate each other's skill set and each other's effort because we know what it takes to get to this point where we had to fight each other. You got to respect that amongst your opponent if y'all got a chance to even see each other eye to eye. So when you got an enemy, you don't see eye to eye, but when you got an opponent, you do. So if I got an opponent, I got an opponent, but my world ain't going to revolve around having an opponent. My world is going to revolve around the relationships that I build with people, my spiritual convictions, and how it translates into my behavior and my thought process. I'm the last person to tell you that I'm a perfect person because I know I ain't perfect. And that's why me knowing I'm not perfect, that's why I decided to move around the world. So I can be impressed by people that are in a more perfected state. And I understand that our social construct hinders us a lot as far as our efficient ability to bring about a powerful and transpersonal change. It doesn't mean we can't. But I understand there's so much distractions in our country that you really lose sight of what life is really about. It's a fact. Man, seeing people just able to just get food because they grow it at their own will. Walking down a block and just, let me quote, man, so many, I've never driven by so much coconuts. And then I'm like, yo, these are the Thai coconuts we pick up in the supermarket.
At the supermarket.
Yo, this
sitting right there in the tree.
Yo, there's so many coconuts for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles, and so many mangoes for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. Yo, listen, it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's like, man, it's incomprehensible to say, yo, no one has to starve. No one has to starve. And I'm telling you, consider that statistic. Almost 10 million people, and over 60% of them farm.
Yeah.
What the hell is starvation, family? Like, why is people starving? Why are people starving in outside of the world? Because there's plenty of landmass. You're not going to tell me we can't grow the same amount of food in proportion.
They don't allow you.
You get locked up in our country for making too much organic food. And if you were to farm without permission, and you were to take over more than 2 acres of land to grow some organic food, man, you would have all sorts of alphabet boy agencies you never saw come down off of helicopters and handcuff you.
Yeah.
Facts.
And burn all the food that you worked so hard to grow.
Man, that's stressful. And like I said, for me to teach a truth to uplift my people is for me to be worried about my own people attempting to destroy me, ridicule me, heckle me, call me names, become my spies, and work with the government to tear me down. But in another side of the world, I'm like, yo, the government and the people agree on the same spirituality. Imagine that peace of mind that you ain't got to worry about being killed because of your spirituality. Man.
Oh,
Someone said, really? Wow. You know what I'm saying?
A trail for people, for the farmers, to make it a lot more efficient for them to farm.
Yes, the last king went out his way to make concessions to the farmers.
Yep.
Treated them like gold. People treated the king like gold. The king treated them like gold. It's yo, I'm like, yo, people love their ruler. You know, they're not too ecstatic about the new person that's in, his son, but they love his father. Yeah. And you know, he just passed.
He was the king for 70 years.
And he became king at about 18 years old.
And he passed away at 88.
And the people love him.
Love him.
And he was of the same religious culture. You know, this is not like we're in America. We're not even sure what's the religion of the president. It's so much politics.
I have no idea what he is.
I don't know what any of the president's religions really were, because you never really see the practice. You know? It's weird. It's just weird, you know? But out here, it's very clear who's who on planet Earth. And I think that's just something that we really got to consider.
Be careful talking about the king. That's what they told us. We talking about.
I ain't build no relationship with him.
Yeah. How would we know? If
but you know that's the scary stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
You know, in people's minds, because you probably in scary America somewhere or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talking about our plight from where we from and making it clear, like, yo, listen, we need to bring about a serious change. It's getting wild out here, man.
It is. It's unfortunate to come here and then you see how other people get along. Peace, food everywhere, no one is hungry or miserable. I'm kind of dreading going back home.
Yo, on the real.
Seriously.
On the real. I've been thinking, I'm like, man, damn. And you know it's real, because again, you know, I drive the nice cars, live in nice homes and all that. Fee live in the penthouse, all that. She's no stranger to the Lambo and the Ghost and the Wraith and all that. These are facts. But I'm gonna tell you this. We out here, like, man, we give all that up. We talking about, like, yo, we come out here, do our spiritual rites of passage, and move on to the next country. Like, we really talking about, like, forget all of that.
Yep.
We beyond that.
Yep.
And mind you, she got we're very optimistic about her singing career. You know, I've created and established so much contacts with prominent people that are wealthy, that have influence, and it means nothing to me when you get these real experiences.
Yep.
to the point we have legitimized conversations like, yo, we drop all of that and just to live like this, just to not have the certain types of stress.
So I could hug the elephant every day.
And clean the elephants, man. Like, yo, I can't even explain to you. That was one of the most spiritual things I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
To be in connection with an animal so huge, and to have the love extended to you from an animal so huge that kicks behind anybody in the jungle. Anybody that want a problem, they know don't deal with the elephant. You feel what I'm saying? But the elephant's so similar like me. An elephant would see a mouse and lose his mind. You feel me? And that's like me. You feel me? But but at the end of the day, nobody is gonna say, "Oh, I want an elephant hug." Kiana said, "Oh, I want an elephant hug."
It's the best.
Yo, we over here just looking at each other while we cleaning the elephant, while the elephant is hugging us. I didn't even recollect how an elephant eats. So, that guy over there is making noise. Word, we in Thailand. We live in Thailand. But yeah, I didn't recollect how an elephant eats. And so I got the bananas in my hand. So I'm like, boo, just make sure you film me. Before I know it, the trunk comes out.
It was gone.
I'm thinking, okay, do we open up one at a time? Do we peel it? I'm so out of tune with this.
It was a
bunch of baby bananas.
Type bananas.
And it rolls its trunk out, grabs it up, opposite way, of course. It rolls its trunk out, and then rolls it into its mouth.
Yeah.
The whole thing. And it happened so quick, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to do this again to catch it. Like, we gotta do this again. And then it's so funny because now the communication is with the trunk. So many aspects of communication with the elephant is through the trunk. So it's like, everybody is like,
when we were coming to them, they were dancing.
Oh yeah, when they saw us coming with, yo, I swear to you, I can never lie to you. When we came with the basket of bananas, they was like this. I'm like, this is some African stuff. Yo, they were actually dancing.
It was incredible.
And the dance was so dope.
Yeah.
And they was all in tune. Like,
there were 2 mothers and 2 babies.
Man, if you seen this with your own eyes, you probably be in tears. Like, yo, this is dope. And they so huge they can kill you.
Yeah.
You feel me? But we was good money. Like, when we was washing them up and everything, we rolled them into the water. And they wasn't chained up or nothing.
No.
And when I say they just laying down on the floor. And the way they'll lay in a way where they don't hurt you.
Yeah.
So they're aware of their body weight. They never step on your foot.
No.
Or fall you, lay down on you.
They roll.
They roll the opposite way of you. And then they kick their feet like, go ahead, you can clean it.
Yep.
I'm like, yo, them elephants, man. And then you got to think about the bozos that go around killing elephants. For what reason? And I'm going to tell you, they got, well, obviously, yeah. And again, value on life, like for real. But I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, they have empathy hormones, facts. They feel you, and you will feel them to the point it's like almost telepathic.
Yeah.
Because they're not talking, but you know what they want. You know when they want to be played with. You know when they want to be washed up and stuff. You know when they want hugs. I'm like, yo,
you see it all in their eyes.
Yo, their eyes got mad depth. And I know it's just like, yo, you wilding over the elephant, but yo, you gotta experience that, man. And that right there just make you want to drop everything. Like, make you just want to take care of elephants the rest of your life. Or someone gotta connect with them. You know what I'm saying? Or reestablish the connection amongst the so-called wildlife and humanity. And that's why I came to terms. I was telling Victoria, I'm like, yo, you know who the real wildlife is? It's human beings. We the real wildlife. We the ones that's unpredictable. You don't know what the heck we on.
Yeah.
Because these guys is alright, obviously, without us. Because look how they connecting with us right now.
Right.
They ain't that much training in the world. If they was wildlife, they snap at some point, man. They like, yo, we just want to coexist. Like, yo, y'all may not remember, but there was a time we was rocking with each other. So this ain't new to us genetically. They got a predisposition genetically to be connected. It's us that's finding our way back. But I tell you, once you start remembering. Because I could tell you very few moments. The only time that I had nervousness in me was when I was riding the elephant, because I was afraid to fall. Because I don't have no ride elephant training. I was on an elephant by myself at a point. Like, just literally. And out here, they don't give you no license or liability paper or insurance papers. Like, yo, go up on your own risk. And they don't even tell you that. It's like, yo, you want to ride the elephant? Go ahead. You know, if you fall, hey, we all fall at one point or the other. That's it. So, you know, that's when I was kind of like, oh, okay, there's no extra straps or seat belts or nothing. You just holding on. And I'm like, oh, yo, you know. But other than that, and even that, after the second time around, the third time around, I'm like, yo, all right, I'm more laughing than nervous. Yeah. I'm more like, okay, this is funny. I mean, I can fall bust my head, but it's worth it for whatever reason. But it just takes you back to when you in tune. It's a part of us knowing, man, we ain't gonna fall.
Right.
And the nature of the elephant is in such a way that the way they moving is in vibration. Mm-hmm. So you kind of like, if you get in tune with the movement, it can look like you're gonna fall to the naked eye, but you're not gonna fall because you're in tune with the movement. They are rhythmic creature, man. Yeah, they are. They mad rhythmic, man. So it's real, man. It's real.
I know.
I would definitely be satisfied living here.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely. Because if it's about living, we not really living. Because again, if you're in America and you run out of your ability to make money, then you don't eat. Out here, if you run out your ability to make money, you still gonna eat.
Yep.
Thai belly's always full, like they told us.
That's what he said. Thai belly always full.
Thai belly always full. And what, you mean to tell me you can't buy a piece of wood in this humid weather and just put something together and eat when you need to eat? Of course, you see? So I feel secure knowing I'm in a place that no matter what, and not only any food, I ain't talking about killing the wildlife, I'm talking about plants and fruits and veggies all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, fruit we ain't never seen before. Like, what's that? Plants we never saw before. Oh, just break it off, eat it. What? I'm like, what's this one called? Like, past my knowledge. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Past my knowledge. I'm like, this is new. This is all new information. And I'm just collecting data. Like, you see, this is what I want to bring back to my people. Valuable information. So yeah, I would live out here. I mean, we already had our talks. Like, yo, I would. You know, everything is Africa. But you're not gonna limit me to time, space, or place. You know, I'm an earthling. I'm not just African. I'm earthling. I'm an earthling. So this means I'm claiming sovereignty over the whole planet. I got the right to be wherever I choose to be on planet Earth. Especially if it isn't volatile and I'm embraced and I don't have to deal with chaos. Facts. Come on, man. I mean, anywhere where the food is abundant, where if I don't have no money, I can eat, it's a place I don't mind living. And ain't nobody taxing it and, oh, we're gonna limit the people's. Come on, man. Y'all know if y'all grow some food in America, you get locked up. Y'all know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know that.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy that we're the only country that solicits to sell, out of 2 other countries, we're the only ones soliciting to sell a medication on TV. No other country does that.
Nope.
Everybody else thinks that's nuts. How are you going to solicit medication? How are you competing with other pharmaceutical companies to get your drug out to the people first? Mm-hmm. What that's going to do once it becomes commercial, now you compromise the integrity of the product, because now it's about producing it, making it more efficient, packaging, you know, competing with marketing strategies as opposed to competing with cure possibilities. Like, yo, it's wild. Yeah, man. So, I mean, like I told y'all before, the only reason I wanted to make bread is so I could travel the world, access foods I never had, spices I never had. And I'm gonna tell you, the foods and the spices, man, I had blue rice yesterday.
Blue sticky rice with mango.
Blue sticky rice with mango, with coconut
milk on it.
Man, I ain't gonna
It's
lie.
fabulous.
And I had Thai food in America because I like it, but I ain't gonna front. What about the Thai massage? that joint was like somebody was wrestling
You
me,
did a Thai massage. Oh.
twisting my head this way, my back the other way. I'm like, is this a chiropractor
Now,
or
I've had a Thai massage in America. Obviously, wouldn't compare, but nowhere near it. The best thing ever.
Yo,
She got it.
I mean, I'm talking your head get hit, bow.
And they little with some
Yo,
strong hands.
I got my eyes closed, and I'm like, did this little woman jump on top of the bed?
Yes.
They
They stand on top of you.
Yo, I'm like, is she over me now? I'm like, I'm afraid to open my eyes. I open my eyes. Then her foot is going around my torso. She's
Yeah.
pushing my neck this way and twisting my shoulder this way, and all I hear is takes my fingers, click, 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 click. So simple.
Toes too?
I'm talking in half a second, she made every finger click, 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 click. And then I'm gonna tell you, I felt the surge of energy through my whole hand the second she did it. I'm like, it's like I had a new hand.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, I hurt my neck recently, and you know when a person knows what they're doing, because she spent more time on the hurt part of my body. I didn't even have to say nothing. So I mean, anybody that in general that's a masseuse or in that field, they supposed to be able to at least do that much. You know, they got a sensitivity to where there's a problem or where there's scar tissue or tension. But still, for all, I don't have the issue at all. Like, I'm like, I had to turn my body to turn my head. And for the way my life works, I'll be hurt, and in 24, 48 hours, I wind up somewhere magically where things work out. That's how it was when we got the mud bath in Calistoga.
Remember the pressure points?
Yep. So, I mean, the Thai massage, I'm like, yo, it felt like Greco wrestling and all sorts of stuff was taking place. And I'm like, yo, what the? I mean, at first, I'm like, yo, my neck is being twisted a certain way. I'm like, is she trying to kill me? You know? But then I'm like, the surge of energy comes.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, shoot, I didn't even know I was slouching. You know? And you know, we travel the world a lot. We get our share of massages and everything. We do that. But so when we say that this one was official, trust me, because when we do it, we always mud bathing or something, hot stones, cold sweat. We always going for that next level. So these tiny women are strong as a mother. They strong, man strong. Hey, yo, it's just funny how it goes down, because I'm telling you, she jumped on the bed.
Yep.
Boom, boom, hit my thighs.
No bigger than 5 feet.
Turn your head. I'm like, oh, 3-hit combo. You know? It's dope though. It's dope.
Last.
Yeah. So somebody said tie back to the original topic. So yeah, in the conscious community, are we at that point where we could provide certain services and facilitated means as a community to be in so much harmony that we just provide services without discord? Or are we so hell-bent on not having that we got to make sure no one else has, to the point that we don't even share?
Right.
Come on, man. We got to be real.
Oh, man.
Overheated. Oh, we in Thailand. We live in Thailand. That's where we are. We just chilling at our hotel right now. We in Thailand, man, and it's beautiful. You know what? I'm gonna give them a walkthrough, then close out. get to the next line of work. Talk to them real quick. Oh, okay. I'm gonna give them a quick walk. They want to know where we at.
We're in Thailand. Where you going? Put your shoes on.
Oh, just to the lobby and back.
Oh yeah, their language is beautiful. Kumkap Cow.
Coat.
Kumkap Cow. Yours is Kap.
Yours is Kap.
Yeah, Cow. Yours is Kap. He's coming now, y'all.
All the time with words. You live. No, you're on device.
I was trying to turn it around.
Oh.
Let me give y'all some of this peace right now.
I'll be right back. V, we'll just give him a little quick talk, and then we'll get to work. We got some work we're gonna be doing. Some branding and all that. We gotta do some kind of work while we're here. It's fun work though. Thailand. More agricultural spots? Man, damn near the whole country is an agricultural spot.
Yep.
Facts. Word up. Let me give you a tour. We'll be back, V. Yeah. Yeah, family. I'm gonna take you around. I mean, the pool is dope. So, you know, pool's a pool. We in here. We came out here to do the knowledge. Like I said, my goal is to just travel the four corners of the earth and see who got the knowledge and put them to task. I want to see who got the knowledge and I want to put them to task. But you know, you always got to be in the dope spots. Like I said, man, we went to really nice rooms, man. Oh man, I'm over here thinking I'm showing y'all and I'm showing you me. I'm showing y'all the different area. Like I said, this thing is dope. It's huge and it's dope. And when people greet you, they don't have to speak. All they have to do is put their hands together like they praying and bow. That's all they gotta do. Peace. Namaste. Okay. Now watch, this is also dope. The escalator doesn't work until you come near it. So watch my foot. Dope. That's pretty dope. Don't you hate when you go to malls and stuff, and then when it gets late at night, they got you walking up and down the damn escalators? Nah, ain't too much brothers and sisters out here. But when you see the Buddha temple, they'll even tell you he was black. That's what's wild too. It's dope. Over here it'd be nice. They be having like ballroom dancing over here. It's real nice over here. And live performances. It's pretty cool. Yeah, just giving y'all a walkthrough. It's real ill in here though, it's dope. Got the bar and stuff over there. It's actually very big in here. Yeah, but the taxes are minimal out here. Artwork is real nice too. Oh yeah. The people that invited me to the temple told me that they feel I'm a revelation to come through because they tell me that I'm a revelation because they've been waiting for someone from my people with an influence to spread the teachings. You know, and I be building with them about the holistic health and everything, because they got to get that right. Because they definitely treat their monks right, but they feeding them soda. I'm like, you want to show them true love, you got to get deep into the knowledge of the food. So when I going over that knowledge, they be loving that knowledge. When I go over that information, they love that information. And I'm like, yo, you want to talk about true love, you got to deal with the science of the food. You know, that'll determine how much spiritualist of your community. Facts. Real talk. You know, but that's why I roll, man. You know, and I'm very proud of V, because when she takes these trips with me, she's getting more and more enlightened each time. She's already a brilliant woman. Take that, never take that from her. But you know, these experiences is best shared with men and women together. So we grow at the same time, be inspired at the same time, go on a similar journey at the same time. I think that's very powerful. That's how Aminette and I, we really get in. Like Aminette and I went to Israel together. You know, we went to Egypt together. You feel me? We got a nice out the country trip going too. So, I mean, you know, my passport lit, but it's a beautiful thing to experience this type of stuff with the opposite sex. You know, we normally go out the country for under historical pretense. We don't go out the country just to go clubbing somewhere. We could do that in America. So we don't go out the country just for clubbing purposes. That's just nuts. Oh yeah, because they have a festival out there, we need a party. We don't do that. You know, when we went to Hong Kong, we did the knowledge, Victorian Island. We may head back there again in a couple of days while we are on this side of the planet. We might just get over there, maybe a day or two, not a day, maybe 3 days from now or something. We might head over there. It's like 2 hours on the flight. Might head back to Hong Kong. Oh yeah, there's many statues of Buddha, man, with black disposition, black image, and all that. Yeah, it's hot as heck out here. I have to take off more clothes when the quiet is kept. But yeah, I got to get ready to connect with V. We got some work that we got to get done. I just told her I wanted to do a live stream and share some of the things that's been going on with us. You can go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com if you're interested in the mentorship. Like I said, people never saw the vision. You know, I know how to market myself, get the attention that's necessary to cater to my young brothers who use material things as a barometer to discern if a person is worthy of them even listening to them or not. But at the end of the day, what I'm into is this, my historical trips, gaining access to herbs I never had before, learning more about my ancestors, and seeing people's responsiveness to their own culture. That's what exactly what I'm into. Seeing people's responsiveness to their culture. Because that's what codified means. That's what makes me feel like, you know what, this is worth studying, this is worth practicing, and to live amongst the people, eat amongst the people, appreciate the people, and to know that I could go to several countries and several communities and I got a place to stay no matter what. I don't got to be in a hotel. And like I said, when I come back, I won't be, because just like Vicky let you know, I got invited. I got invited to be a monk, so I'm all over that. I did the same thing when I went to Nigeria, which is the same thing I'm going to do when I get back to Ethiopia, which is the same thing I'm going to do out here. And so when y'all say, oh, Polight disappeared, or he's ducking, or he's hiding, I be over here doing the knowledge, going through my rituals. And I can say, I got many things under my belt all over the world. I haven't begun to really talk about things that I would like to talk about. Because you see, when I share information, I don't want to share it just from a book pretense and purpose and say, I read this book and this scholar said this. I want to say, look, I'm in the priesthood. I can tell you exactly how we go. So when I teach, that's the perspectives that I come from. And if I can't come from that perspective, most time I'm not going to say nothing. Unless it's greatly significant and definitely I'm able to prove it. But I'd rather be part of the experience before I share it with you. Does that make sense? Real talk. Yeah, man, but I mean, I love out here, man. Man, I wish I could have internet when I go through the streets, but what I will do, I got a documentary that's going to be coming out. I'm going to be putting up clips and everything for your viewing purposes. I'm going to do some editing with this elephant energy, man, and see how you take to that in the floating marketplace, the floating marketplace. All of that is powerful, man. Powerful. You know, when I come out here, I got to bring back some herbs that we don't got. So I already got a bag of herbs, a case just with herbs alone. So, you know, I've been doing the knowledge out here. Okay, so what y'all use for this? So what y'all use for that? Now, give me the real deal, man. Who do I talk to that get deep into this knowledge? You know, I got my pH test. Then I got to do the research, see if it's man-made, if it's a cross-hybrid. You know, I'm out here working. Because there's just some things that only grow in certain parts of the world. It caters to the indigenous people of the land. You got to come all the way out here to get it. I mean, we done had some fruit that don't grow nowhere else except for out here, and that was powerful. And it tastes good. I mean, stuff that cleans us out, stuff that has had us sweating, just releasing mad toxins. I'm like, yo. And the jackfruit over here is real good. Can't lie to you. That's powerful. You know, they got a lot of similar spices and fruits that grow in Jamaica. And, you know, we was in Jamaica about 3 months ago. A lot of herbs and spices is similar because the climate is very similar. So there's a lot of similarities to what Jamaica has to offer that Thailand has to offer, which is good because they're closer. But still in the composition of those particular herbs and foods, they still be slightly different. Like their apples here look different because their apples is made for the people that's here based on their genetic disposition. So you're going to see the shape is different. The composition of the apple is different. Still an apple, but it's different nonetheless. Powerful stuff, though. Did I know Dr. Sabi? Are you kidding me? He used to sleep in my crib. I used to tell him he can't smoke weed in my house. Are you kidding me? He never come to Cali and we don't get up. You gotta watch those videos. I'm the only one that was doing lectures with him. Yeah, definitely know Dr. Sabi, man. He invested 15 bands into my first restaurant. And I wound up having a health food store. I leveraged off of the success of my restaurant when I decided to start teaching, because he's the one, when I stopped teaching back then for different reasons, he's the one, when I came home from prison, he was like, yo, you got to move this thing forward. You need to teach. I never healed anyone that was as articulate as you. Matter of fact, when was this? Because there's the before and there's the after prison. Yeah, that was after, when I came home. Right. That's what it is, though. But man, you know, it's hard to say goodbye. But yeah, you put your full name and your email if you're interested in the mentorship. And like I said, the main reason that I'm doing the mentoring, and that's why I said I'm going to get my opulent soldiery, is for people that's serious about spirituality. You just need a little bit of resources to get out here. Then what you do, you establish your dual citizenship. And then what you also do, yo, you never know what kind of end times we may come into. I'm not a doomsday guy. But what I make sure I do, I make sure I'm good in not just many cities in America. I make sure I'm good in several countries. So if I ever have to bounce because Trump wilding or something, I make sure the locals got me. You feel what I'm saying? I set it up where my family is good and my people is good. Where I got land and everything. I'm out here going in because stuff is crazy cheap out here. I'm out here, I don't play. I can make a stop in one country, hold it down, and then head to the next and stay there officially. You got to be able to plan like that. You see, that's real strategy. Talking all that other crazy talk is nothing. You got to really make connections with people internationally, man. Globally, you got to act local and think global. That's what you got to do. You got to act local and think global. That's what I be on. But I can tell you, I could go to a lot of countries. Throughout my passport, I could even go to Israel. And I got some homies that's going to hold me up. They Hebrews, but they show me love. They tell me all the time, anytime you need to be through, we got you. When I go to Israel, I get nothing but love. Trust me when I tell you, because I went back there again. During that time, I so-called disappeared or was hiding, as people say. I get crazy love out in Israel, so don't let nobody fool you. Everybody isn't down with all this madness that goes on in America. Like I said, for those who just tuned in, yeah, I gotta go to the Philippines. I gotta do that. I never really put it on my bucket list, but it makes sense. Yeah, I'm out here. My nails grow a little something. I mean, it's doing pretty good. Just gotta keep them clean. Ain't no sister gonna allow me to have no dirty nails. But you know, hair grow. Yeah, I'm just chilling. Sweats on, sandals. Getting it in, man. Getting it in. Yeah, you know that. Do this for Brooklyn all day. I want my homies to know y'all got to travel. Man, I love you too, man. Peter Darker. I like that name. Peter Darker. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the sentiment. Shut Tommy Sotomayor down. That's what I was supposed to do. See, that's that American crazy talk y'all be on. It ain't my responsibility to shut no brother down. If we disagree about certain things, that's as far as that goes. Now, I don't know where he at right now. I just know I'm in Thailand. I can tell you where I was at about 4 or 5 days ago. I was in Hong Kong. I can tell you prior to being here, I was in Jamaica. You feel what I'm saying? Prior to being in Jamaica, I was in Israel again. Like, you know, that's important to me. Because the reasons why I go to those places is to do research and establish connections with the locals, establish connections with prominent people, spiritualists, to make sure that my family always has a place around this planet Earth, and we're not just exclusive to one place that's giving our people hell. Okay. Turn it up. Yeah, so I'm gonna head back. I gotta get up with V. Yeah, I'm playing an active role in black leadership, but a big part of being a black leader is to have the experience to be able to teach. And I've been teaching for quite some time. It's time to re-up and get some new information that one can only gain from true experience. I don't want to just teach you from what I read. I got a heck of a memory. I do better than anybody else with that. But what I gotta do is travel the 4 corners of the planet Earth and bring you back more valuable information, bring you back images, bring you back videos, give you my testimony, give you my account, tell you where you could go. I got to create a situation where my people, if they need to leave, I could say, well, I got a place where y'all can go to. That's what a leader needs to do. But first, you got to get in with the locals, show your love, show your respect, speak their language, eat amongst them, dance with them, talk to them, pray with them. See, y'all got to see this. Y'all think y'all in a militaristic mind, but y'all think it's all about war and fighting and killing and yelling and screaming and cursing each other out. It ain't about that. You got to be a real strategist if you're serious about liberating your people. You got to have a place for your people when your talk puts so much pressure on your people that you singled out and you outnumbered and you undermanned. Sometimes you just need to go where people are more like you, and that's just a reality. So you'll see the picture unfold as I keep doing what I do. But like I said, in this era, I could actually show you something. I could say, man, look at me. Oh, this is where I'm at. That's dope. We in an era where this is real fly, man. We in a real powerful era, man. And we're in a real powerful era. I love it. Word up. I'm cool. I go through my phone? Come cook. Didn't know I knew that, right? Come cook. Yeah. Know what you're emailing me about, but if it's about mentorship, which actually call what it is, just email, full name and phone number. Love y'all so much. I think it's a blessing that I'm able to talk to y'all. You know, I'm gonna tell you how deep it is. It's 11:51 a.m. and I'm already into the next day. I'm in the future. I'm in the future like 13, 14 hours ahead of some of y'all, most of y'all. I'm over 10 hours for probably everybody watching, for the majority of people watching. That's how wild that is. What you say? You heard up. Word, man. I know how to get it in now. Come cold. Who? Y'all funny as heck. The Wi-Fi field is weak. Yeah, man. So, you know, being out studying mad languages, man, because you can't take this to the next level. Yeah, my goal is to be able to teach people, and I said this years ago, to teach people from various communities by being able to speak in their language. You're going to be limited to who you can teach if you only speak your language. My goal is to be able to teach in different cultures, in their language, in their tongue. I'm not going to be limited. So that takes real work, real mastery as a teacher. Word up. That's what it's about. So this is a task. This is a job. So for me to be the type of teacher that I need to be based on my criteria, sometimes I do got to fade the black, disappear, get my study on, be tried and proven, become a monk, become a priest, whatever it is I got to do. Learn the language, learn the prayers, conduct the rituals. It is what it is. So I can travel the world and say, you know what, we can right the wrong, or we can make the adjustments, or we can make the corrections in doctrine. And we could unify the people through right knowledge. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Look at that beautiful woman. Hey, beautiful woman. Oh, that was mine. What happened?
Thank you.
Oh.
No, that was to them. Mwah.
She's so gorgeous. I know. Yo, when she be walking out here, I swear, she gets like, someone has an audience applause button. And y'all, I swear, I know I joke, but I'm telling you the truth. She walks out here. Oh, sexy woman. I'm like, yo, man, come on, man.
Oh my God, she's so beautiful.
I be like, what would Buddha say? Man, cut it out. You probably say, oh, sexy woman. Stop. But, yeah, but they show a lot of love. I love you too, Peter Darker. Instead of Peter Parker, his name is Peter Darker. You know, our people is dope. How much time do you spend learning a new language? It depends. I normally learn when I have to. So I get it in. I can get it in inside of, if I really when I apply myself, I can get it inside of a week and a half. And really have groundwork. And because I got a strategy towards language that if people took my strategy, you won't be speaking no matter what in real time. I got a wild strategy. You know, I got the 10 major things you need to be able to say in order to be able to speak fluently in any language. And what's prerequisite, a step as far as speaking to other people in other languages. So yeah, I never have an issue with it. I can get it in. A week and a half, I can get it in. You give me a month, then it's just ridiculous. That's right. Don't let nobody play you. We indigenous to planet Earth. Don't make no one make Africa just exclusive to you. No, this whole Earth is where we shall reign. But you got to share it with people. So we can't be so ignorant. Yeah, I'm definitely heading over to Madrid. We got business out in Spain. We got stuff we got to do out there.
We do.
We gotta, the world isn't exclusive to Harlem, brother. The black conscious community. Man. Thanks to this great woman, man, we've experienced some of the most powerful moments, and I feel very blessed because generally, women of her stature and her beauty, they not with it. And like I said, we went to the streets and ate off of the utensils that was being cleaned outside, ate the food that was cooked outside, and then went into the box where the people could eat. And we was good, and she was good. She ain't look at me like, yo, what is this dude on? She know how I get down. She know how I move. So I'm not in question. So what it does for both of us, it suggests to both of us, oh man, we authentic. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like if you thought P was just superficial, I mean there's other moments too, but this is just one of those great moments. If you thought I was superficial, if I thought she's superficial, when we both already established we're not, this was just another stepping stone and another degree of confidence and authenticity where we could say, man, you know what? Because a lot of women like her would have been like, too good.
Even with the elephants pooping.
Oh man, the elephants did do their thing in the water. And other women would have been like, oh, I'm getting out of here. I'm out of here. Yeah. But she didn't do that.
No.
She was like, she G'd up, man. She was like, it didn't even mean nothing. It was funny. It was like, oh, okay. What y'all think is supposed to happen? I'm supposed to run out of here?
Right.
Yeah, I might have seen that from someone else, but you're not going to see that from us. So you got to respect that. Thanks, man. Definitely give the brothers hope. That's what this is about. But yeah. Gotta own property internationally. That's the goal. Gotta have a place of refuge if it gets too wild wherever you located, whether you're in UK, whether you're in America. You know, these people, they gang banging on international levels. You need to be able to find your way somewhere where people ain't banging. You got to be able to do that. You got to be able to establish strong connections, communal connections with people globally. That's why I said you got to act locally and think globally. You got to be able to say, well, you know what? You feel good when you got a hood or two you could go to where you safe. You need to expand and broaden your horizons, act locally, think globally, and say, you know what? I got to start creating connections with people internationally. Yeah. Because it might be the determining factor if whether or not your family be saved or not. You don't want to, a bunch of Negroes is coming in our country running because of, you don't want that. You want to be able to be good if you got to be tucked to the dust cloud clear. And when the dust cloud pop off, it don't take place for years. It don't be no 5-minute wars now. And we already know, who in office wilding. He wilding. He looking to turn this thing up, and he ain't been in office long enough. He ain't been there. Has it been 2 years? It feel like he's been there forever. Wilding. That man was turned up the first 100 days.
Yep.
Thanks, family. I appreciate you. Kian Hidgen, I appreciate you. Mike Woody, I'm glad I inspired you. Japan? That sounds interesting.
Tokyo.
Yeah, I have noticed more people are becoming non-religious now, But again, it's all about experiencing the world for yourself.
You say a lot of people are becoming religious?
Becoming non-religious now. But it's all about experiencing things for yourself and putting it together to realize what it all means. That's why I said no one has a monopoly on knowledge. Anybody that purports that be the one that really has this in a headlock is fronting, especially if they don't travel enough. Because it's just some things experience is going to give you that you can never get out of a publication. But I love you all. As you see, it's getting hot. Gotta start stripping. It's getting crazy out here. We might have to hit that pool. We got work to do with. Dang, we might have to jump up in there.
I'm getting in the pool.
I already be knowing. I already know.
I'm drenched.
It's crazy out here. It's crazy. Peace. Like the side joints. Yes, it's brother POLIGHT45@gmail.com for the mentoring. Brother POLIGHT45@gmail.com for the mentoring. Thanks, brother Terry, who's watching from New Zealand. Appreciate you. Wonder what time it is over there in New Zealand. You might be closer. You obviously are, actually. Watching from Detroit. That's what's up. Peace to the Detroit family, man. We love you in the D.
Where the rest of y'all from?
Might as well.
You know?
You close out. Let us know where y'all from, man. What country are you in, and what city or state you from, or Providence, however you call it. You heard me on my come
Come out.
yeah. Hey, yo, come now. I'm like, yo, because the security was like, oh.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I said, yeah, y'all ain't know.
You got it, yeah.
And he's like, y'all ain't know.
Michigan, Philly, PA.
Okay.
North Carolina.
Shout out to Polight, his queen.
Shout out to you.
Brunswick, Georgia. South Central LA. That's what we talking about, homes.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Chi-Town. Philippines. 8 years was in Chicago.
Crown Heights.
Boston, but in Columbia, South Carolina. Crown Heights, Brooklyn. That's what I'm talking about. Chicago, Franklin Ave. Oh, you New York. I would presume you in Brooklyn. Akron, Ohio. Colorado. Flint, Michigan. Wow, you in Flint. That's where the water craziness took place. Lakewood, Florida. Right. Word. Oregon, but from Brooklyn, New York. We coast to coast. I hear that. Las Vegas, Nevada. Compton, California. And we got y'all out there. Yonkers, New York. Shout out to the YO homies. Y'all don't get enough props, man. Y'all definitely got the locks, I can tell you that. DMX and all that. Mary J. All of them used to bump into each other.
Yep.
That's wild how they all became successful. Atlanta, born in Italy, Ivory Coast in Jamaica. Realtor hit me up. Pink Houses. Oh, you in Brooklyn for sure. You in the Pink Houses. Brownsville, salute.
South Africa.
North Philadelphia. Johannesburg, South Africa. Yo, we definitely international. Phoenix, Arizona. Love it, man. Love it. Oh, we got to get out of here. Phoenix, Arizona.
Bye-bye.
She has different energies. She's like the elephant. What is that from? That sounds like a song or something.
Oh, Jay-Z.
Oh, okay. What's going on with the CDC? Are they poisoning the water? Oh, that's another conversation for another time. Y'all slick. Y'all know how to get me. But as you can see, this is real sweat. So I'm getting out of here. You sweat. Key sweat.
No. No.
Say the words right then. Since you know them.
That's not a song.
See? How you know you never heard the song before? Telling me it's not a song.
Sing
now
it.
ask me the rest of the words.
All right, let me hear it then.
And here we go. So it begins.
Let me hear it.
I attempted to make sure we could do this stream.
So let me hear the words.
We always...
If there's a song, let me hear it. Y'all want to hear the song that he's talking about?
Oh, you could type the words in.
See, I made the Neptune sound. I did.
Oh, get you blinging like the Neptune sound.
Hot hole. Too hot to hold.
hold.
Ladies love me all night like Tupac. So
long time. See? You got the words
Sing
wrong.
the song.
You just got the words wrong. Miss, there's no song.
No, sing
that
your
goes
Keep Sweat song that you were
right.
singing.
You just got the words wrong.
Sing your Keep Sweat song.
And you're going to ignore it on purpose. So now, since you're going to ignore it on purpose, I'm not delivering.
I said love you long time like Tupac told.
No, you didn't.
Now, go
You
ahead.
didn't say love you long time.
Yes, I did.
Play it back.
How can I?
We will.
No, you go ahead and
Now,
sing
what
your
happens
song.
when you find out you didn't say love you long time?
Tell me your song first.
What happens when you find out you didn't say that?
I just didn't say it. So
No
tell me
such
your-
thing. Then you got to say sorry for being wrong.
Thank you.
My mom
Tell your
said
mama
that.
I
Yeah, it's
said
nice.
thank you.
That's nice. That's what's up.
Hey, sing your song, your Keep Sweat song. I sweat, you sweat, we all keep
Yo,
sweat.
leave me. This is our show.
I sweat,
Get out
I
of
sweat,
here.
You sweat, we
I don't-
all keep sweat.
Yo, I don't.
That's what it is?
I don't know how I'm gonna share a podcast with this woman. We gonna
I
be
said-
good
She did say it. She said love me all night.
all night. See,
Somebody said, yes,
you said
she
love
did.
me all night.
Somebody
That's what you said.
She did say it.
Well, that person's mistaken. She said love me all
That
night.
person's mistaken.
No, you said love me all night. There's no way I heard that and that person heard that.
That
Those
the
are-
other person heard about the right thing.
No, listen. They know the right thing, so they probably thought they heard the right thing. How did
You know the right
more than
thing,
one
so you
person
thought-
hear the wrong thing the same exact way? That's more important.
Only
Think
one
about that.
person said that.
Not more than one person. Somebody else, please let her know.
Thank you. Imani, tell your mama I said thank you.
What's her zodiac? You know she's a
My
dang
birthday was
Aries.
4 days ago, March 23rd.
She's a Aries 5. You know 5s. Oh, my daughter in Intent's a 5. You know 5s.
Bet him some money, you gonna win, sis. That's what I'm talking about.
Yo,
Yeah, Tashara, I know I'm gonna win.
Tashara, you should put some money up too, cause you're wrong. Don't try to sucker her. Hey, y'all ready for this podcast?
We got a podcast coming
It's
up.
called No More.
No more.
It's gonna be featuring Brother Polight and Victoria Lamar. It's gonna be called No More. It'll be real dope. Dope podcast. We're gonna be covering relationships. We're gonna be covering current events. We're gonna be covering music. You know, we're gonna have some interviews up there with people in the industry. We're gonna play with it. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk that talk.
They out of here. They know how we get down. They know how we give it up. They're like, get this. I'm out of here.
Laugh out loud. I quit with y'all. It happens every damn street. And that's why we gotta have the podcast. Bet it up, I'll split half. That's right.
No.
We ready. I'm trying to be on the podcast. That's what's up.
So what? Okay.
I'm with it.
What would you talk about on the podcast, Robert? If we were to invite you on the podcast?
That sounds dope. I know y'all won't hold back, but in a mannerism in which people still,
with it. Oh, for sure.
you know, Aries don't like to be wrong.
We sure don't.
They
'Cause we're
sure
never
don't.
wrong.
See, typical. Typical.
We have reason for everything.
There's a reason for everything. Aries don't own that. Hold that L, Aries.
We're the first sign, so we hold it. We own it.
Tashara.
We're the first
Tashara
time.
having a good time being an instigator, Tashara. That's what I see you as. She
Leave her
having a
alone.
good time. She's an instigator.
How Brooklyn is taking over globally.
You
Get
know
out
that.
Here, Robert.
You know that
Get outta
Brooklyn.
here.
You know that. I be telling her this. This when I was in Hong Kong. I was like,
Get
Brooklyn,
outta
we
here.
back. You know that I did the post. You know, I'm so Brooklyn. You see? Now she's starting to get it. Thank you for that. We own it.
Leos don't like to be wrong. That's right.
And who the hell are you, second?
Oh my gosh.
Who are you? And whoever you are, y'all the type that like to tell people they don't like to be wrong. How about that one? And that's proof. That's proof right there. I'm an Aries too. Oh, no wonder Tashara. Yes, you definitely an instigator.
You instigator. Ooh.
You would like to talk to me about how we are the Jetsons in real life. Sounds dope. Man, okay, it's super hot. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Sweating at the brow. This is coming off. Trying to keep this on sentimental. Thank you, Red Red. We out here. Salute.
Bye-bye.
Peace. Thanks for listening. Love you all. I'm 23. I've been watching you since 19. Thanks, Shaquille. Tashara. I know you love us. We're still an instigator, girl. Peace.